How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be going over a problem called power of 2. So power of 2 is an interview question that's commonly asked by Amazon, and the problem description says, given an integer, write a function to determine if it is a power of 2. So as example 1 says, if our input's 1, we return true because 2 to the 0th power is 1. For example 2, if our input's 16, we return true because 2 to the 4th power is 16. And for example 3, if we're given the input 218, we return false because 218 is not a valid power of 2. So I find that people typically kind of had trouble with these kinds of questions. I feel like people get really, like kind of nervous about the fact that it has to do with math and it's a power. But when you kind of boil it down to what you really need to do, it's not that complicated, which is awesome. So if you get this question, don't be nervous. Just kind of think through the problem clearly, and it shouldn't be too bad. So essentially, we're just asked if some number n that we're given is a power of 2. So all we really need to do is generate powers of 2 and determine, hey, is this number n in that list? That's one way to do it. The other thing we could do that I think is a lot simpler is we could basically continue creating these powers of 2 while the number that we're on, or the power of 2 that we're on, is less than the number that we're given n. So if we're constantly multiplying by 2 every number that we're at until while we're less than n, all we need to do at the end of the loop is then check, is the number n equal to the number that we're at, if that makes sense. So let's walk through the actual solution for this. So we can make a long, just so we don't deal with overflow. We'll call it I, and we'll just set it equal to 1. And so now, right, because that's a first power of 2. 2 to the 0 is 1. So now all we have to do is say while I is less than our number n, and all we want to do is multiply the number that we're on by 2. So in other words, while the power of 2 that we're on is less than our number, we're just going to go to the next power of 2. So we'll start at 1, and let's say this is like 4. We'll start at 1. 1 is less than 4. 1 times 2 is 2. Now 2 is less than 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Now this loop breaks. So now once this loop breaks, all we actually have to check is if the number that we're on, I, if that is equal to the number n. So we can simply return I is equal to n. Oh, I is equal to n. So let's see how that goes. Awesome. And so our answer is accepted. Let's check out the details. And we pass 1,108 test cases out of 1,108 test cases, and we're in the 100th percentile. So again, guys, this is a common interview question. Amazon likes to ask this. Don't get bogged down in the details. Don't overthink it. Just generate powers of 2. Once the loop breaks, check if the number that you're on is equal to the number that you're given. That's how to figure out if a number is a power of 2 in Java. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.